no sé dónde vamos a parar. Es una que nos lo dirá para cambiar y probar algo que no está en nuestro poder. Yo no sé lo que es eterno, no me pidas algo que es el tiempo. Yo no sé mañana, yo no sé mañana si estaremos juntos, si se acaba el mundo. Yo no sé si soy para ti, si serás para mí, si llegaremos a amarnos o odiarnos. Yo no sé mañana, yo no sé mañana quién va a estar aquí. De un café pasamos al sofá, de un botón a todo lo demás. No pusimos reglas ni reloj, aquí estamos solos tú y yo. Todo lo que ves es lo que soy, no me pidas más de lo que doy. No, yo no sé mañana, yo no sé mañana si estaremos juntos, si se acaba el mundo. Yo no sé si soy para ti, si serás para mí, si lleguemos a amarnos o odiarnos. Yo no sé mañana, yo no sé mañana quién va a estar aquí. Un libro con cada página es un día vivido. No tratemos de correr antes de hablar. Esta noche estamos vivos, solo este momento es realidad. Oh, no lo sé. Yo no sé mañana, esta vida es una ruleta que gira sin parar. Yo no sé si tú, yo no sé si yo, cómo será el final. Puede ser peor, o puede ser mejor, no sé mañana. Que el corazón decida, vida mía, lo que sentimos. Mañana, yo no sé.
How we doing?
Good evening, wonderful humans of Earth. Thank you for joining us. Our first annual fundraiser show for the Garden.
I think
I
we're
am your
supposed to
host,
clap.
award-winning voiceover actress Abby Thompson.
No, I'm your host.
Tonight will be a wonderful evening of performances streamed together by the production team of the Garden, as well as some special guests.
Thank
Please
you.
refer
Now,
to your program for the complete list of acts and artists. The Garden's mission is to celebrate artists, inspire creativity, and help others cultivate their unique expression.
that's what I was going to
Our
say.
vision is to become the most fertile soil in Chicago for artists to flourish. Tonight is a celebration of how far we've come and how far we want to go. One of our taglines around here is flowers for today. If you came through the front door, you should have received a flower from the gardener. This is your flower for today. Please hold on to it until the end of the show.
Pretty vague,
Trust
if you ask me.
You'll know what to do. If you missed all the fine print on the marketing we've been turning out, this is also a fundraiser. Your tickets for this show have already helped fund our next showcase, where we have the privilege of platforming local artists and giving them their flowers. We also have a raffle tonight. If you didn't get a chance to buy some tickets, please scan the QR code at your earliest convenience.
You can find the
Two
details in your
amazing
program.
bouquets ready to be given away.
You can find the details in your
and I almost
program.
forgot. Please check out our merchandise in the back for some vintage garden gear.
Yep, it's right back there.
Now that we've got all our announcements out of the way, please sit back, smile, and enjoy the rest of Floral Arrangements. Oh, I'm next. Sorry, I'll introduce myself. Hailing from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, proud to be an adopted Chicagoan, now presenting the award-winning voiceover actress, Abby Thompson.
romanticize my childhood. Then I remember growing up in a little piece of heaven like the one I'll someday go home to. 53210. Set apart slice of north side of the most segregated city in America, an inner city commune resides. Intentional gathering in a food desert. A 6-block radius surrounded by areas friends from elsewhere won't dare drive me home. 47th and Meineke. My block, my city. Glimmers of hope in the hood was once the property of my mother's European German predecessors, now resides the children of my father's African slave ancestors. Built on the backs of immigrant workers, byproducts of white flight in Washington Heights, broken by a barrio of dilapidated buildings, Via Hawa in the corner, still standing. Hereditary alcoholism floods the cream city. Digging up seeds of soil, foundations, and grounding. Replanting roots and intentionally rebuilding. Familiar faces down the street resembling my interracial family. Summer block parties, tailgating, lemonade stands and picking backyard berries, autumn's jumping in piles of raked leaves, kick the can and trick-or-treating, winter's potlucking, Christmas caroling on strangers' stoops, miscellaneous cookies and bags of wrapped up holiday cookies, springs of snow melting, fort building, and bicycles locked up on porch steps. Freedom freely running across streets and alleys for late nights capture the flag, squeal shouts and whimsy running through the alleys. Safety of knowing the boys walk me home late at night when it's dark. Is it fireworks or gunshots? Asking rhetorically. Though we all attended different steeples on Sundays, this was our sanctuary. It was about the days in between. Wednesdays making music video in basements, adults studying scripture upstairs. Thursday family dinners, rain or shine, inside or outside. Kids without parents wandering in at dinner time. Sunday afternoon taco dip at Packer parties. After school days down the block, Grandma Anita combing my curls. Carpools to and from assorted schools throughout the city. An unspoken understanding if traffic jams prevent parent pickups, someone will step up. Pitching in, performing plays in living rooms, protesting, praying, celebrating and grieving, holding space, sharing keys to each other's places for holidays and vacations, Black Republicans and white Democrats living side by side, interwoven community of unified living. Home. My own little slice of the world, where the parents look like mine, fostering and adopting normalized, bonus siblings, built-in family, loving thy neighbor. This was discipleship. This was the meaning of church, and I didn't even know it. Room for starfish. Snowflakes linger on the surface of the hood of the car as we sit outside an outdoor custard shop on a liminal December evening. The space between festivities and a new calendar cycle. We linger on lists from the year, 12 months of circadian hills and valleys. I float through months of memories, stopping to remember the valley surrounding a moat of a familiar gold castle I found myself in June. How beautiful was the hilltop on the mountain, and its shiny gold towers overlooking the courtyard walls. Yet how dirty was the moat water surrounding. How painful the swim I took when they tried to drown me, how I found myself gasping for water, for air to come back above the water, in hopes of a better life beyond that sea. Stopping to remember the tiny boat I saw in the distance coming to rescue me. My mind lingers on the crowned figure in the paddle boat that entered my boat and pulled me free from the dirty water that was remaining. But that's not what I linger on. I linger on the week I spent in the woods of Wisconsin with the starfish, and the roller coaster of emotions I left with. I linger on the lessons learned and how this was probably the most challenging yet rewarding week of the year, and they don't know this. This is true. I never told them about the starfish. They don't know about my week with the starfish, so I proceed to tell them about the desire stirred up in me, and though the conclusion may feel random or out of place, it's no coincidence for me that this week, this challenging and hard and emotionally draining week was the one that reaffirmed my desire to bring starfish home someday, and my desire for a partner in this. I tell them how the starfish began the week, of their closed-off, guarded introductions, of their name meanings. I tell them of this hand-picked starfish individuality. I tell them of the birthday party, the grandparents, the mascot, and the seed. How my starfish for the week wouldn't go in and wanted to stay with me. Remembering the waves, the wind, purple braids, and shore sand sculptures. Yet over the course of the week, the starfish waded in the shallow and made her way into the deep. How proud I was of the starfish as she waded in the deep. How I was there to catch her and hold her hand when she reached. How I cheered her on and championed for joy. How beautiful bonfire flames too high made her scream. But we worked through it together and learned how to breathe. Temporary tattoos kissed our cheeks as the starfish delicately giggled, running free through fields, trying on dresses and sipping tea, shouting side by side, I'm overflowing. Stories of an awesome carpenter healing. Merry-go-round spinning, painted nails and coloring, tantrums and weeping, over-medicated tragedy, crickets and sleeping bags, and the glow of the moon shining. The beat of my heart when I caught that starfish smiling, the preparations of this special week, and the desire stirred up in me. I want to take a starfish home with me, I cried. They're washed up on the shore and longing to feel free. The majestic joy when they open up compels me. It makes me believe in the potential they have beyond their current sea. Beyond the waves and wind, there's an inner peace within that they can't yet see. The same peace throughout a storm that one man even sleeps. Yet when it got dark in the woods at night, the shadows in the valley shifted. And when it was time to swim again, the deep end began to darken and fears of drowning began to creep in. Yet there was still an inner peace within the sea. And the starfish needed to go back. But I wanted her with me. So I let go, tears welling in my eyes. I held them back because I didn't want to add drops to the sea or disrupt the waves that were already overflowing. I didn't want to rock the boat of inconsistency or my salty wet tears add to the thunder or lightning. So I put on a brave face for the starfish as I hugged her goodbye. And I knew I'd always remember the twinkle in her eye. So I said a prayer and said, see you next time. I want to take a starfish home with me, I cried. They're washed up on the shore and longing to feel free. But I hear a voice say, they'll go back into the water and we have to let them be. I screamed, but they're royalty! The king replied, don't worry. I'm getting their rooms ready. Don't you trust me?